Hello everyone and welcome to the video. If you're new here, hi, my name's Louise, and if you're returning, welcome back. First things first, I'd just like to explain my voice. Unfortunately, I have come down with COVID. About 3 weeks ago, both my husband and myself were diagnosed with COVID, and we took 2 weeks off to get better. Last week we were feeling okay, and then this week we are back to feeling very, very poorly. But as we were both off sick, I decided to film a video filled with activities that I did during my 2 weeks off that helped really put me in a positive mindset and in a mindset towards healing and healthiness. And these are the activities that I did and I want to share with you now. So I don't know about you, but the very first thing I like to do when I find out that I'm sick or I feel that I'm coming down with something is to make myself a nice big bowl of chicken noodle soup. There is something magical about chicken noodle soup. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's the steam rising off the soup. Maybe it's all the delicious vegetables that go in there that provide all the macro and micronutrients that you need to heal yourself. But it is something that is magical and really helps to put you on the right path towards recovery and getting better. This one was a really simple, quick and easy recipe, and what I can do is I can put it down in the description box below, so that way if you ever feel unwell or a loved one feels unwell, you're able to make them a nice bowl of soup. Yoga and meditation can be a very peaceful and relaxing way to distract yourself from the way that you are feeling and put you in a nice positive mindset towards recovery and healing. You need to be careful though when it comes to exercising when you're sick, because you only have a small pool of energy that you can draw on throughout your whole day, and some of that energy needs to be preserved for your body's natural healing process. And some of that energy needs to be preserved for basic looking after yourself, like having a shower, cooking yourself meals, those sorts of things. So I would exercise caution when it comes to being physically active when you are feeling sick. When I'm feeling unwell, I know it's really important to maintain my body's movement and flexibility. I feel that it really does help contribute to me getting better and recovering. And so when I do exercise when I'm unwell, it's all very gentle movement and stretch based exercise. I don't tend to do any cardiovascular activity, nothing too heart pumping or crazy like that. Just some nice gentle stretching and movement or yoga to get me through and to make me feel better. I think meditation and breathing is also a very important element when it comes to getting well and putting yourself in a happy and positive mindset. I believe half the battle of recovery is making sure that you don't get stuck or wallow in self-pity. So yeah, definitely trying to do some meditation, focus on the breath and get that beautiful oxygen flowing through the body. It's really going to be helpful in getting you well and feeling good. It is okay to, feel upset and to feel bad and down sometimes. Like, those feelings are definitely valid, but the danger comes from just sitting in those feelings and not moving past them, or not recognizing that it's your body's way of telling you, hey, that something's up and you need to take notice and you need to do something about it. So I'm not trying to say that you should always be positive and happy and things of that nature. Like, I understand we're all human and we have emotions and feelings that come up, but I am saying that, emotion is just a feeling. It doesn't define who you are, and you can move past it. It's not something that you have to get stuck in. If struggling with your emotions is something that you experience, then I'm going to put some resources down in the description box below for you to check out. I'll also put a link down to a progressive muscle relaxation exercise, which I've found very helpful in times when I've needed to chill out myself, and hopefully it will bring you some calmness and some center to your day. Sometimes it's the little things in life that can bring you the most joy and fulfillment and happiness. And there's nothing quite like a nice little cup of tea just to set your mind right and to get you in a nice happy mood. I never used to get into all the fancy teas until very, very recently. I think in the latest lockdown, that's when I started looking at the different types of tea and what they can do and how they can affect you in different ways. So this lemongrass and ginger one, I find it's very revitalizing and energizing. I have a sleep tea that I like to drink at night, especially if I have to wake up early the next morning. I've got a digestive tea that helps me if I have any stomach cramps or stomach issues. And then I've just got my regular black tea, English breakfast, Earl Grey, chamomile. And I drink what I feel is going to help me at the time. I really do recommend that you get into teas and you start doing a little bit of reading and seeing what's out there and what you like, because there's more to tea than just leaves. To me, nothing says relaxation like putting on a nice, comfortable pair of clothes, sitting on the couch, and having a little bit of a gaming session. Unfortunately, my loungewear has seen better days. There's lots of holes and things in this favourite tracksuit of mine, and I am in the market for some new loungewear, so if anyone has any recommendations of some great loungewear out there, please feel free to comment down below. First things first, before you want to get into your gaming session, you want to make sure that the area that you're going to be gaming in is set up to the utmost degree of comfort, because you're going to be sitting there for quite a long time, especially if the game is quite engaging and entertaining. I think today's game comes as no surprise to anyone else. Of course, it is Animal Crossing. I've been playing this game on and off since it came out, and I still haven't finished my island, but you know what, I had all this time on my hands and I thought I would put some really solid effort into building it up and making it look nice and beautiful and aesthetic and the island of my dreams. Like with exercise, you want to make sure that you're playing a game that isn't too stimulating, because again, you can get all those sort of systems in your body going that you don't necessarily want to be going. You want to be preserving your energy for rest and recovery. So a game like Animal Crossing, it's very chilled out, it's very relaxing, there's not much to do, not much to get stressed over. It's probably one of the more better games that you should play if you are feeling unwell. So a home manicure is, I guess, in the same vein as having like a home spa pamper day type situation. I filmed the manicure because I had recently purchased all of this S&S powder online, because I really want to get into doing my own nails and give myself my own manicures. So I guess this is 2 in 1. It's like learning a new skill, but it's also doing a little bit of self-pampering at the same time. Deciding on the colour is always the hardest part. Even though I purchased this kit myself and I chose all the colours, it was very difficult to make a decision, but I ended up going with this really light pink colour because I thought that it matched my clothes. It was really nice just to put some music on in the background and then concentrate on making my nails look nice and pretty. I guess it worked as a distraction because I was trying to do a good job, and therefore I wasn't really worried about, how I was feeling, what my symptoms were like and things like that. Doing my own nails definitely gave me a big appreciation for all of the nail technicians out there who do this for a living. They are so skilled at what they do. Honestly, I don't know how they manage to make people's nails look so beautiful and amazing, but they do. And I would say make sure that you thank your manicurist the next time you go in and get your nails done, because they've trained very hard to make your fingers and your nails look absolutely gorgeous and beautiful, and it's not as easy as it looks, let me tell you. I guess it wouldn't be one of my videos if I didn't have some form of baking within them. My husband was once again craving some banana bread, and so it was my turn to do the baking, and I thought that it was a great activity to help distract me from the illness and the sickness and all the other stuff that I was experiencing that week. I do find it incredibly hard to sit still and not do anything, like completely rest. That's one thing that I have learnt to do over this past week, where I've had this chest flare up. It's basically just sitting down on the couch and not doing very much of anything. The baking and I guess all these other activities have really helped in distracting my mind. I feel like if you are just sitting there not doing anything, not being productive, it can actually be a bit more detrimental than anything else. I feel like it really hinders recovery, and it takes quite a lot longer to feel better. In saying that, everyone is different. Everyone has their own road to recovery and has their own sort of path that they tread. So don't feel that you need to be productive if that's something that is not going to make you feel good. It is totally 100% okay to just sit there and not do anything. If anything, I need to take a page from your book and listen to you and take some lessons from you and sit there and not do anything. I could tell though that I wasn't 100% because I somehow managed to stuff this banana bread recipe up so bad. I think I left out a whole cup of flour, and so when it came to mixing the batter together, it was just looking so runny and like not right. But my mind didn't make that connection that I hadn't added enough flour to the mixture, and I just said, you know what, pop it in the oven and see what happens. It didn't actually turn out too bad. It was just a very thin piece of banana bread. But yeah, definitely the cells, the grey cells, as Barra would say, we're not firing, and we're not helping in this instance.
Un, deux, trois. Look at that.
You squished it.
If you cut it this way, you can have 2 pieces of bread.
You squished it.
It was already squished.
No.
I'll lift it up a bit.
It was beautiful. It looked like a loaf of bread and everything, and then it got squished. Oh, I can't get that on there now. Can you slide it over?
Oh, it's hot.
Yeah.
It looks tasty though.
Yeah.
I imagine it's like a more concentrated version of what it's going to be.
It was good. It's just...
If you're going to do this sugar, don't do sugar. Is that normal? Is it sugar or cinnamon?
It's cinnamon sugar. Despite the banana bread not turning out 100% according to plan and 100% perfect, it still tasted like banana bread, and it looked really nice, and just, it was great. It really did pick up both our spirits, and I guess that's all you can ask for. It was really nice to take some time to go out and sit on the balcony, especially on one of the nicer days that we had, and just do a really tiny bit of painting. Painting is one of those things that I find can be relaxing but can also be stressful. It just depends on what it is that I'm trying to do at the time. For this one, I decided to do a little snow pea plant based off one of Nee's videos, and I think it turned out quite well. I haven't put the finished product in this video, but if you go over onto my Instagram at LouTube Vlogs, you can see the finished picture. It was also nice just to sit out on the balcony and get some sun on my skin. Vitamin D is vitally important when it comes to recovering from illness and just, getting better and helping with your overall health and outlook. So it was nice to sit there, have the sun rays shining down on me, getting a little bit of warmth as well as fresh air, and getting those creative juices flowing out of my hands onto the page. Towards the end of the week, I certainly was feeling quite a bit better, and so I actually was in the mood to make myself and my husband a bit of comfort food. My comfort food, for some reason, is chicken. It used to be Italian, like lasagna and spaghetti, but recently it has shifted over to being fried chicken of various forms. Perhaps it's got something to do with our amazing air fryer and the chicken that it makes, I'm not sure. But today I decided I was going to make some pieces of fried chicken as well as some pieces of chicken to go in a Japanese style curry. I never used to cook this much Japanese food, and I think the shift came once I started discovering all of these different creators on YouTube. They are Japanese, Korean, and other various types of backgrounds, and it was just really interesting to see the types of foods that they made for themselves and get inspired and make those foods for me and my husband. And so yeah, I've definitely increased the amount of Asian type meals that I make throughout the week, and it's just been great. I've been able to exercise my culinary creativity and really get some interesting dishes happening in the kitchen. There's also something that's really comforting about watching people go about their daily routine. Just watching them get up, make themselves breakfast, go to work, enjoy outings, come home, make themselves a meal. There's just something really nice, warm and cozy about it. I think it's just really interesting to see how other people live their lives, what other people find to be relaxing and comforting for them, and just seeing a different perspective on life. I really enjoy YouTube and vlogs and watching videos of that nature because of that reason. I think there are so many different stories to be told in the world, and it's really interesting to watch something that's different to your normal everyday thing. It's really interesting to think about my channel and when I first started a few years ago, what type of content I was making back then as opposed to the type of content that I make now. I definitely think it's shifted with the way I consume videos on YouTube now, and it's definitely very much inspired by what I watch. I really want to bring my story to you in a way that is visually aesthetic, pleasing, that's comforting, relaxing and enjoyable, and high quality as well. So I do hope that I am achieving this, and I am making something that is interesting to watch and making you feel good at the same time. This curry recipe was really simple to make. I find that you pretty much just put in whatever starchy vegetables you have into the curry. I put a little bit of mushrooms and some spring onions in as well, just to, add a little bit of zest and spice. But yeah, super duper easy to make. You can either add the chicken to the curry sauce, or you can do what I do and add the chicken on top. It just depends on how soggy you like your crispy chicken to be, or I guess how crispy you like your crispy chicken to be. I find that it doesn't matter either way. Because we were eating a lot of fried foods, I did want to add something that was a little bit healthy in there as well. So I just made this really simple salad with rocket and cucumber and a little bit of Japanese dressing, and that was it. And it was actually really, really tasty, really, really fresh. I am trying to eat a lot more salads with my meals, and so it was nice to put this one together. My favourite dip to have with my fried chicken is mayo chap, which is basically ketchup and mayonnaise mixed together. I think it tastes like a Thousand Island dressing or like seafood sauce. It's very weird, but I love it. It complements the fried chicken so well. I served the curry with some seasoned sushi rice, which absolutely made this meal, like elevated it to the next level. I think if you put that seasoning on the rice, it just gives it a little bit of interest, a little bit of flavour that it normally doesn't have. And yeah, everyone should be seasoning their rice that way, I think. And with all of the meal set out, it was time to sit down, watch a little bit of TV, and indulge in the delicious comfort food that I had made for myself and my husband. And that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you've enjoyed watching it today. I really enjoyed making it. It's actually cheered me up so much talking to you all and bringing you all of these cozy, comforting activities. I do hope that it helps you in times where you feel down or that you feel sick. It gives you a little bit of happiness and a little bit of cheer. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. Like, comment down below and do all those beautiful things, and I look forward to bringing you another amazing video in the future. Peace out, everyone.